Hey guys, welcome to Salvation from the Nation. Today we're going to be discussing a very terrible incident that happened that is now in the news. This is the young 14-year-old boy who actually killed his mom and tried to rape her first of all, and actually killed his mom simply because she took away his Call of Duty game. We're going to. This is an incident that's been happening a lot. Stuffs like this have been happening a lot in the United States, and it seems to be increasing in frequency. And today, with all the propaganda that's going on, with people saying that they should take away guns and stuff like that. So this is surely going to be one of the things they're going to use in the news to help to have people, the Illuminati, the government, the dictators in government, try and take away the guns from people, violating their Second Amendment rights. Sadly, we're gonna, it's a sad thing that happened, but we're going to try and discuss about it and see what way, who is to blame actually, the parent, the child, the gun, the game. But I have one of the contributors to Salvation from the Matrix, Richy, Mr. Richy, is going to help us, and talk about this very disturbing incident. Mr. Richy.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am really glad to be here today to discuss this very controversial topic. It's really intriguing and very devastating to hear that a 14-year-old boy will kill his mom, actually attempt to rape his mom, and kill her just because she took away his game. That is...
I personally don't think...
That is crazy. That is an act of a sadist. I mean, for someone to, at the age of 14, when did you start nurturing that mentality of committing murder at the age of 14 to start with?
But see, that's the problem,
That is something I don't understand. Normally, I believe that when a child is growing up, the experiences he gains from his surroundings, his environment, influences his life and shapes his life to what he is supposed to be. So, to me, I don't really know the background of this young boy, but I'm thinking that this guy probably must have been engaged with some negative influence somehow regarding his friends.
No, I don't really think so.
Him, first of all, I know it is his fault, first of all, to even think of that, to think of killing your mom, raping your mom, and then killing her afterwards. That doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, I equally greatly blame her, his mom, for making a gun, allowing a gun to be very accessible to this young boy. Knowing fully well that anything could happen.
You see, Mr. Richy, you see that basically, from what they're saying in the news is that, from what they're reading into it, is that they're blaming the video game for this incident, because one of his friends says that when he started playing with
the video game is not to be blamed at all. I mean, everyone plays video game. I play video game since when I was younger. You play video. Actually, you're obsessed with video games. So I mean, I will not accept. I don't believe that games do have influences in terms of making people commit murder. That doesn't make any sense.
You see, because there are a lot of factors to consider.
You can as well say that a 6-year-old boy who plays video games, shooting video games, can commit murder. That's what he means.
Right,
anyone can kill, but at the same time, it is not really a major contributing factor to the reason why 14-year-old boy should commit murder.
I think the main problem was the fact that the boy was given a gun at his 11-year-old birthday. It was.
No, you see the reason why I said it's actually the fault of his parents, of his mom, or whoever that gave him the gun. How can you buy a gun and give to a child as a gift on his 12-year-old birthday, right?
11.
That is insanity. That doesn't make any sense at all. Probably, I won't say that this woman deserves what she got. She really deserves what she got. She cannot be that ignorant to give a child of 12 years old a gun. What the freak? Are you kidding me? That doesn't make any sense. Parents should actually learn how to be responsible.
No, I
Because if
think
you're responsible, you can be able to train your child in a responsible way.
I think this is part of the problem we're having. The current crop of parents seem to be very irresponsible. They seem to be very irresponsible. They seem to not really be engaged in their child's life. They seem to be distant from their children nowadays. They seem to they allow the media to teach their kids, and this is tying into what I was going to discuss in this video until I heard about this news about Hollywood, teaching the children,
Actually, theoretically, the media is like a mirror that portrays how people in general are supposed to be.
yeah,
The media tells you it is cool to dress this way, it is cool to dress half naked, cut your pants in all manner of ways and show your breast as a girl, sag as a boy. That's what the media portrays. The media portrays that it is okay for you to be a music star and be a drug addict.
exactly.
Not
Yeah,
only being a music star, it's cool being a music star, but being a drug addict is the problem.
yeah,
Media shows that it is okay for girls to be sex slaves to guys, and that is why they portray themselves as sluts. Sorry to use that word, but as sluts in music entertainment.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
how the music videos are being shown recently. You see that girls in general, are shown as people that are submissive sexually to the male.
Exactly. This is quite sad, because you hear women screaming women rights, but while your fellow women are selling themselves out to all these
Exactly.
pop musicians
Exactly.
who.
And it's unfortunate that the media is also promoting this whole chaotic circumstance.
No, not just the music industry, the movie industry, also the news industry, who constantly seem to glorify these people who commit crimes, and they don't really nowadays. It's coming from the perspective, because when I was watching when they were going to elect the new pope and everything, it seemed that the news industry was trying to convince the Catholic Church to somehow elect the pope that will accept homosexuality and abortion and all these things. And
when they said the world was going to come to an end a few months back, I was really laughing because when the world is going to come to an end, no one is actually going to know.
yeah,
And the signs of the end of the world is already here. How can you legalize? I mean, I'm not saying that anyone can do whatever he wants to do, but it's important for you to know that whatever decision that you make right now determines where you're going to be when you die. People do not believe that if you die there is a hell or there is heaven. Those things are so freaking real. They are so real you cannot even imagine. But it is important for people to know that whatever decision you make in your life, if you decide to be gay, okay, that's cool for you. But know that when you die, you definitely have a punishment attached to that.
you see the problem.
And that follows every crime.
The problem I see is
in the world.
in the general aspect of it is the fact that everything seems to be shifting to total immorality, and I don't know when people are going to take a stand and are going to say, wait a minute, we have to wake up. Aren't we human beings? You're legalizing abortion. You want people to be smoking crack by legalizing marijuana. You just want to. You're pushing things that are very dangerous, detrimental to people's social behaviors, and you expect to have good young students, good parents. You expect to have all these good things when, number one, you took God out of schools. People can't pray in schools. People can't do all these things in schools. How can you expect to have good moral beings? People who uphold the law, people who revere each other, people who how do you expect to have this kind of people in society when all you've been preaching, all the government has been pushing, is a godless society? Is a society where you're told to do whatever you want to do, that it's okay, it doesn't matter, just do what you want to do. It's crazy, and it's almost. It seems planned to me. In fact, it is planned. It's not that it seems planned. It's planned. It's a planned organization, and I tell people to really watch out in the next coming months, it seems to be happening slowly. No, nothing big in history happens overnight. It happens slowly. People, it gradually comes to a climax point where everything is just going to explode. With everything happening in the Middle East, with North Korea there where they are, with America having so many internal problems with immorality and everything. When 2012 came and went, and people say, "Oh, the world didn't end." No, it did end quite alright, but it signaled the beginning of something else.
Of a new cycle.
Exactly, it's a completely.
It signaled the beginning of a new cycle of total destruction.
Yeah, it's like everything is just moving rapidly, and a lot of bad things are happening. And look, I really want to talk to some people who seem not to understand, when people like us make videos like this. I am not making any money from this. I have no gain whatsoever from talking about this, from trying to make people understand what's happening.
What we are just doing actually is viewing our point, analyzing the circumstances that a society has really gotten itself into. Analyzing the problems in the society in our own perspective. We are not talking based on anybody's perspective. This is what we think.
Because basically,
I want to just express our views. This is how it happens. This is what we see, actually. And it is your duty as a viewer or as a listener to this audience equally, comment and express your views too, because this is a very interactive conversation. So it is important for each and every one of us to interact together and give comments and express our views in any way possible.
Exactly.
With that, you never can know where solutions can come from.
You can join up from
different ways.
This is our open group. This is a rising. This is something we want to help people. We want to tell people the truth. If you want to join the Salvation from the Matrix, you simply just email me at salvationfromthematrix@gmail.com. Or in the comments, go to the Facebook page, Salvation from the Matrix. On Facebook, can invite you to the page, and you can stuff like that. If you really want to know the truth, because there are a lot of people out there who don't know what is happening, and it's really sad that they don't know what is happening with what is happening in the world today. We are in the 10 times. We are Christians. We know this. We're Christians. We're trying to reach out to people, but unfortunately, it's very hard. But I think this is what we're going to have to live with. The Bible did predict this. But
exactly. So it is very important for us to know that we are going to have definitely more videos. We are surely going to have more videos. So stay in tune, subscribe if possible, follow our Facebook page that's going to be popped up on the screen, and we hope to view your comments and your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is Salvation from the Matrix. Have a nice day.
What does that mean?